Hello, my name is Paula Ferrari, and in this video we are looking at proposals which are in the Part 2 section of the writing paper of the CAE exam. First, let's take a look at the function and purpose for writing a proposal. What is a proposal? A proposal is a formal piece of writing which suggests a course of action and is submitted to a superior, a boss, a teacher, a local council, etc. Therefore, most of your answers should be about recommendations for future actions. Proposals actually share many characteristics of reports. That is why it is essential that we make a distinction between the two. The main difference between a report and a proposal is that a report focuses on the present or past. That is, something happened in the past or is going on right now, and a superior is asking you to write a report about it. However, a proposal, on the other hand, focuses on future action, probably with information about the present or past that makes the recommended action necessary. So if you're writing a report, you're going to be using past tenses or present tenses, whilst in a proposal, you're going to be using future tenses and conditionals, like would be, could be, a lot of modal verbs as well. So although the difference between reports and proposals is not huge, the use of language will have to be completely different in respect to the tenses in order for you to pass this part. The style, needless to say, should be formal and impersonal. By impersonal, we mean that, for example, instead of saying, I think that, it is better to say, it is recommended that. So let's take a look at a typical proposal question. You are studying at a university in the UK and see this notice on the website of the town council. The town council is concerned that there are very few opportunities for foreign university students in the town to meet local residents. It has allocated a sum of money to be spent on improving contact. The council invites anyone interested to send a proposal outlining problems with the present situation and suggesting how it could be improved. The council will consider all proposals before making a decision. Write your proposal. So, within the writing task, you normally have 2 or 3 questions. So here is the first question. Outline problems with the present situation. And the second is suggest how it could be improved. Remember that this is not a test of how creative you are with ideas. It is a test of your command of the language. So do not waste time when you're writing a plan trying to come up with an amazing idea. Just write down the first thing that comes into your head and move on to the next part. So let's remember that when we're writing a proposal, you will be expected to include clear headings, and there is some useful language that can be used for any proposal that you are writing. So, first, the introduction. And for example, you can say something like, the aim of this proposal is to, describe, is to outline, present, assess, whatever, and make recommendations as to. Another possibility is to say this proposal is intended to highlight the current problems with, blah, 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 and give ideas for improving, and you go on. Your next heading should be the current or present situation, and you can use phrases such as whoever you're writing to, the council, for example, must be aware there are issues with, or you can pretend that you have made a survey and you can say something like, following a survey among university students carried out in the town, it was found that blah, blah, blah. A number of concerns with regard to were expressed by. In the next heading, you should include your suggestions or recommendations. And for example, you can say something like, it would be an advantage to implement, to have a new, or to give customers the option to. There should be, it is recommended that, it would be beneficial to, it is suggested that, it would be of benefit to, etc. Finally, in your conclusion, yes, you should bear in mind that the conclusion should only be a couple of lines and state very clearly what you believe the benefits of the proposal should be. So, you can say, if these recommendations are implemented, the current situation with blah 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 will definitely improve, or the current situation is bound to improve. If the above suggestions are followed or are implemented, there will be, unless the recommendations are taken seriously, it is unlikely that, another idea is to say something like, implementation of the above ideas would result in blah blah blah. As regards the language, then, some vocabulary that might be useful to you has to do with verbs. There will be some verbs that are recurrent in this genre. For example, propose, suggest, put forward the suggestion of. I highly recommend that you practice with a lot of the measurement or quality verbs and adjectives. For example, the en verbs such as strengthen, sharpen, weaken. While these are not applicable in every single case, they can be extremely useful in a proposal. Also, the noun and verb forms of increase and decrease will demonstrate more flexibility of the language. Another useful phrase is to be beneficial and to be of benefit to. These are all ways that you can project your opinion and explain why you think the suggestions you're making are going to be positive. As regards the grammar you're going to need, make sure that you're practiced and well-versed in how to use modals and modal passives, as without them you simply won't get enough points for this part. Similarly, the second conditional. Remember that you're talking about something that is unreal that you hope would happen in the future. So make sure you throw in a second conditional at least once. And well, because you're suggesting how to make things better, making comparative and superlative sentences will help you to do this. Of course, make sure that everything is not just listed, but is actually connected and contrasted. So that's why conjunctions and connectors will become important. So remember that in a proposal, it is important to be persuasive, but in a way that is as clear, rational, and objective as possible. And that is why headings will help you do this effectively. Good luck and get going with your work. See you!